Thursday night it is. I have a very special guest, one of Africa's finest voices, producers, artists, born and bred in Kenya. Eric Wainaina is well known as a musician, artist, activist in Kenya, Africa, and worldwide. He's a graduate of the Berklee College of Music. He is the artistic director of Rainmaker Productions and the NBO Musical Theatre Initiative, which he runs in concert with his wife, managing director Sheba Hurst. In 2004, Eric set another milestone on the Kenyan music scene when he premiered a 21-song musical theatre piece, Luanda, Men of Stone, based on local folk story and marrying traditional instruments and styles of the Luo people of Western Kenya with contemporary urban Kenyan sound. Was staged at the Go Down Arts Center in Nairobi in December 2006 before going on a national tour in 2007 and 2008, playing a total of 52 shows. Under the name of Fire, he played at the New York Musical Theatre Festival in 2009. He is an alumni of the Sundance Institute Theatre Program. The East African Initiative is my very special guest tonight on the Power Sit. My brother, Eric Wainaina, how you doing?
It's great to hear you and see you. I mean, it's been forever, you know. I don't know whether people know that I spent a weekend at your house some time back, and you were such a wonderful host and a wonderful big brother. So it's great to be talking to you tonight.
Thank you so much. And my son still remembers you out outside and playing soccer, doing some crazy stuff. Uncle Eric, Uncle
Okay,
Eric,
good.
how you
People
been,
remember
man?
me for worse, so I'm glad he remembers me for this thing.
It's been a minute though, but you continue to
It,
shine. You like wine. You like fancy, expensive wine. Get better with
oh
time.
wow. I'm glad you think that. I mean, it's I guess black don't crack, and we're just doing our thing. I tell you, my bladder knows how old I am, though.
Is it? You now frequent the little boys' room, don't you?
You know, at our age, at my age, the need to pee goes from a mere suggestion to an emergency in a couple of minutes. And it's a pretty intense. And people meet you on the way into the bathroom. They're like, "Oh, Eric, I'm such a big fan." I'm like, "Well, do you have an umbrella? Because it's about to rain, friend. So get out of the way."
Eric, you still crack me up, man. Anyway, I was telling people you're only 25 years old, but I guess not. He's
No,
150
man,
years
not
old,
anymore.
guys.
25
He's
years
a
with about 25, 28 years experience. We're turning 53 in August. Woohoo!
yeah. Wow. You've looked after yourself. I want to take you back to where it all started. You attended the Berkeley School of Music. You were a student there. Is this where the passion to be Eric Wainaina the Great came from?
Well, I mean, thank you for phrasing it like that, but it's actually His Majesty Eric the Great.
Yeah,
No,
yes.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I come from a very musical family, and my dad's side of the family, well, the family members would always, when we had a get together, someone would whip out a guitar and turn
Okay.
off the record player and would start to sing and
Mm,
dance. And so it sort of begun from there. And I went to a school that really stressed extracurricular activities. And so I was singing in musicals or singing in the choir from as early as I can remember. So I think for me, the epiphany sort of
yeah.
that I knew I was going to become a musician happened when I was about 17. And I've never looked back. At one point, up until that point, I was doing math, biology, chemistry because I thought I was going to be a doctor.
Mm,
And then suddenly on that stage, we were singing in front of an audience, and I had this moment, and I knew that I was never going to turn back, which is a bit of a thing when you're 17 because
yeah.
it's like a blessing and a burden because it's nice to know what you're going to do, but you also know that nothing else will ever do.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could have become a doctor. No regrets.
I
Music
could
is
have
who
become a
you are.
doctor.
Yeah. So no
No, I have
regrets.
no
I mean,
regrets about that at all. I mean, at one point. No regrets. Someone said to me, "Well, I mean, music does its part in healing," and I think that in the world
Yes,
right now, if
yes.
there's one thing we do need is a lot of healing. So I'm glad to be able to do that in this particular way.
Yeah. So the DNA in your family is very musical, but you're a lot more than that. You're also an activist. You know, you are a mentor for a lot of people within the industry, and you're a superstar. Everybody knows you. You can't walk without people calling out your name in the streets. Do you get tired?
No, I mean, it's nice. It's how do I say? It's reassuring to get all this recognition, you know, and especially when you've been doing it for as long as I've been doing it. There are days when you want it, when you want to be alone with your family and stuff. But I respect the respect that people have for me, you know. But it's also a fickle thing, you know. It can go on the turn of a dime. So also quite careful with it.
Okay. Yeah. Mm.
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I really.
Yeah, I think that the connection may be playing up a little. We're going to take a quick break. My brother is on the line all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Eric Wainaina, our very special guest tonight. Here's okay. Will not be shaken. We will not be moved. Okay, the man is in the studio with me tonight. Well, virtually, that is. Coming to us live from Kenya, it is Eric Wainaina. Eric, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Tit. It's good to be here.
So, most of your music really has a lot to do with social commentary. Are you the voice of the people in Kenya and Southern Africa?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I strive to be honest, to say things that I mean. I came from a church background, and at one point, you know how it is. You're 20-year-olds, you just left
Yeah,
high
yeah,
school, and you're trying to stay out of trouble, and so I was singing for this a cappella group that was enjoying really decent success. And so it tends to happen, you'll sing in church, then you'll sing at a wedding, and then people say, "Oh, come and sing at our corporate event," and then
yeah.
before you
Mm,
know it, you're playing at a club somewhere. And
mm,
then so and we also grew up in a very politically charged time. And so I felt like I wanted, because I felt like we had a responsibility to talk to a larger audience. And so I remember my mom really talking me through this thing, and they're like, "Look, Eric, as long as you're speaking the truth, then you're speaking gospel," which was very reassuring to me because of all these pressures that we were under. Um, so, like I say, I mean, we I came of age when Kenya was coming through a particular democratic
mm.
birthing, so to speak. We became a multi-party democracy again in '92, and then we saw Rwanda happen in '94, and
Yeah,
then we saw tribal clashes in Kenya in '92 and '97. And so there I am as a sort of 19-year-old when it all starts, and you feel like you have to, you want to participate. Um,
yeah.
Actually, even when I went to college in the US, it was very, very, one thing I knew was that I didn't want to live there, that I wanted to come home and be part of this conversation.
Yeah, I see. But the thing is, you've really been direct. Yes, you're talking about a politically charged environment. You came back, you're popular, people love you. You recently put together the track Fancy Car. You were direct about pilferage, politicians taking our money, buying fancy cars. Are you going to go into politics, to really represent the people?
No, no, I won't. I mean, I've thought about it, to be honest,
Mm. Mm.
but I want to sing. That's what I want to do with my life.
Yeah, I see.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Um, I I am my most joyful when I'm writing, when I'm
Yeah.
performing.
Mm.
Um, and also I think that a mistake that a lot of us people in the arts make is that we imagine that this cachet that we have, we're going to be able to copy and paste that into the political arena. um, I mean, I was saying to my wife the other day. I mean,
Mm,
because we work together. I mean, I can't
mm.
even stay awake for a 1 hour finance meeting. I'm not gonna try and run anyone's country. You know, I want
Okay.
to sing some songs. You know, if I happen to
Yeah,
sing a
yeah.
song that's about how things are going bad, that's fine. But I know
Mm,
where my place is.
yeah. Okay. No, I appreciate that. And you're a man who knows what you want. How's the family, man? You're a family man now. How's that going?
What do you mean now? My firstborn is 20. Oh my goodness, it's so shocking. You know, so walk around the house and so they call me Baba, and I look around and they're like, who are they
Yeah.
talking to? You know, these adults. You know, and I'm like, I still remember even being younger
Yes.
than that. You know, I
Yeah.
think it's one of the things that young people don't realize is that we still see ourselves as young.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
yeah, I think one just needs to have a full bladder to remember that we're not that young.
So, how do your kids treat you? You seem to be a yes son, yes daughter kind of father. You're too sweet, Eric.
Well, I mean, how do I put this? We are very honest with each other. We've raised them in an atmosphere of, you speak your truth. You challenge stuff. You know, I remember one time my younger one. Oh my goodness, this is such a moment. Um, uh, you know how you get as a parent, and there's all this rhetoric about, oh, the kids are being spoiled by their phones and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so she'd been pretty rude to her mother, right? And I stormed in. I'm gonna be the hero now,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I grab her phone, right?
Yeah.
And I make like I'm gonna throw it on the ground, and she
Yeah.
looks at me and she says, "I dare you." I was like, "Oh my god!"
you
Oh my!
know?
So I was floored by the honesty. I
Yeah.
was floored by the sheer guts. Um, but I was also impressed. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
this
True.
is
Yeah.
someone who is prepared to stand up to an
Mm,
authority figure and be there like,
mm,
you can't just take
yeah.
this narrative of it's the phone, it's the phone, it's the phone. Hear
Yeah.
me out, you know.
Mm, yeah.
And I really I respect that.
Yeah.
Um, it's different from how we were raised. You know, you could
True.
never
True.
say that to your
You could
parents
never
and
do that to your
surprise them.
dad
You
or
know,
mom.
oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh, my lord, we would not be having this conversation. Oh God, you're
There'll be
visiting
a.
my grave and they're like,
I
oh, that's
am
the kid who
telling
said
you.
that to his father. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah. There'll be a funeral the next day. You know what I mean?
you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But any
Yeah.
of them
So
want to be like their dad? Are they into music like you?
our firstborn is actually a wonderful songwriter and singer.
Okay.
He has the an amazing sort of acuity for lyric
Okay.
and writes these amazing melodies and plays guitar. And I sit in awe at how much this kid knows at the age of 20.
Yeah.
The younger one wants to be an astrophysicist. And I said,
Yeah.
not in my house. Um,
yeah.
you know how it is when we're kids and you say you want to be a musician and your parents are like, not
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So I'm trying the reverse. There shall be
yeah.
no doctors. There shall be no lawyers. There shall be no astrophysicists over my
yeah.
dead body.
Yeah.
Music and art. That's all. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she's quite determined. So we'll give her the support
Yeah.
she needs.
Your whole life is music, my brother, and it's about empowering people with stories. It's about empowering people with rhythm and rhyme. You founded the Nairobi Musical Theatre Initiative in 2016, right? So there's a
Correct.
gap in Africa, and that gap is how to tell African stories. African stories are told, but they're never recorded, never
Mm.
encapsulated. How can we fix that?
Well, actually, that was the genesis behind the starting of the initiative. I mean, as a musical theater person, I think we got to the place where if someone had said to us, "Do Grease or Sound of Music one more time," would have had to slit
Yeah.
our wrists, you know.
Mm,
And
mm,
so, sister, like, we've got all these great stories, um, and so with the 14 new musicals in development right now, with these 35
Yes.
collaborators.
Mm.
The what our main thing is that we put process above product. It's not about
Okay.
trying to get the thing ready for a show that's going to be up in a month's time. Well, they're like, look, everybody take their time, do this thing right, so that you can write the piece that's going to last forever. You know,
Yeah. Mm.
and so we're very big about recording stuff. We're big about making sure that it's going to outlive us, both
Yeah.
in a form that can be accessed, um, and also in its creativity. That it's not for the now. It's such honest stuff. It's gonna outlive us.
Mm.
So I think for initially the goal for us had been, okay, we're gonna write musicals that Kenyans love, that Africans love, that the world loves.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
and I tell you right now, like Tich, we're up in the north of Kenya running a theater program at a refugee camp. And
Mm.
honestly, man, there's 27 countries represented over here, and there's people from around the area, but we've even got refugees from Afghanistan here,
Wow.
you know,
Wow. Mm.
and you, it's you just stand whose lives have been changed by the greed of other human, and
Mm.
as a citizen of one place and you another, have to this humanness. And
Yeah.
when I'm hearing some of the music that's being made by tribes area, not really Kenyans from up in the north, and I've never
Mm.
heard music like this. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we have to take this stuff around the country, not for nostalgia's sake or it's so wonderful and exotic. No, because it's great. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. It makes you want to dance. It makes you feel a particular thing. I'm at the
Mm.
point where I'm this close to burning my passport and saying I'm never gonna leave this place until
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
here is done.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's it's a beautiful thing to witness.
Yeah. My brother, there's so much we still need to talk about. Time is never enough. We're going to have to do it again. Eric Wainaina joining us from Kenya. You have such a
Inshallah.
colorful and an amazing story. We wanted to talk about your Netflix productions and stuff like that. So we're going to have to speak to you again. Is that a deal, Eric?
That's the deal. I'm available. You know where to find me.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing, brother, indeed. What a talent and a man who continues to give year after year, decade after decade. Our special guest tonight on the Power Sit, the incredible Eric Wainaina.